Welcome back, baseball fans, to the Summer 69-72 Carryover League. And today we are in the National League East, the Mets and Phillies, for Game 3. First two games in Shea Stadium, yep, the Mets held serve. In a big way in Game 1, Jerry Koosman was given 20, that's right, 20 runs to work with. And they beat Grant Jackson 20-2. And then in Game 2, they were going up against Steve Carlton, and all I could think of was, are you guys even going to score this time? Fortunately enough, they did. They scored 5 times off Carlton, and Tom Seaver held on to win the Battle of Hall of Famers by a score of 5-4. So the series shifts to Philadelphia, where the Phillies need to win at least 2 out of 3 to send them back to Shea Stadium. Let's look at the standings in the East. The Braves are 7-5, and the Mets are 6-4. So again, this division is wide open. Of course, the Phillies are, under 500, so they obviously want to win a couple games if they can. And so we are here at the Vet, recently opened, as the Mets will send their rookie, Jon Matlack, on the hill. And for the Phillies, it'll be Barry Lersch. Let's get started. Mets would love to go up 3-0 in this series and hope the Phillies just self-destruct, but we'll see if that happens or not. Joe Foy leads off for the Mets. 312, grounds a third. Wayne Garrett, 2-4, skies the center. Cleon Jones, 2-6, a single. And with 2 outs, Ed Kranepool bounces the second. Curt Flood, 67, single 1 of 14 is a base hit. C-stealer, though, not going anywhere. Tony Taylor, 2-4, skies the center. Greg Luzinski, 1-6. Let's take a look at Greg Luzinski. This is his second year in the league. His 72 card. 1-6, homer, 1-2 double. That is a double to center field. Flood, 16 runner. AG's arm is -3, so he will hold. No need to take unnecessary risk this early against a guy who could throw. Dick Allen, 48 off Matlack to pop the first. And with 2 outs, it's Darren Johnson. And 47's a K, so maybe they should have taken the risks. They come away with a goose egg. Tommy Agee, 110, flies left. Kenny Singleton, 48's a walk. Don Clendenon, 45, lines the first. And with 2 outs, it's Buddy Harrelson, 68, skies are right. Bottom of 2, Jim Beauchamp, 410, skies it in the center. This is Agee's a 1-6 in center field, makes the grab. Harmon, 67, single 1 of 14, and single again. Larry Boa, 1-9. Boa, let's take a look at this card. 1-9 against the lefties, double 1-8. Single dot. You got runners on the corners, they'll bring it up for Russ Gibson. 43, left X. This is Cleon's 2-3 in left field. And Cleon got that throw in, and the guy did not tag up. So a nice throw. And Harmon stays at third base with 2 outs for Curt Flood. 47's a K, and so for 2 innings now, the Phillies make a threat, and it comes up with nothing. Jerry Grody, 55. Triple 1-7, double. That is a triple off the Lersch card. Foy, 6-11, bouncer to first. Darren Johnson's a 2-11. And it is a ground ball C. He bobbled the ball, and the runner came home with it. Wow. Normally, I won't allow that runner to score if it's a GBA or GBB when playing back, but a GBC, I treat it as if the guy bobbled it and scored, and there you go. So you got the out at first, the runner scored. And it's Wayne Garrett. 1-6 is a K. And Cleon Jones, 67, is a K. Tony Taylor, bottom of 3, 2-11, bounce to third. Luzinski, 212, bounce to third. Dick Allen, 37's a walk. And Darren Johnson, 1-5. It's a sky to center field. Matlack starts to settle down a bit. Cranepool, 35 is a walk. Tommy A.G., 34, short B. Singleton, 54. 54, Ken Singleton off the Lurch card. It is gone. A 2-run bomb. And the Mets grab a 3-0 lead. Clendenon, 56, a single. Harrelson, 110. Base hit in the center field. The Mets have brought their bats this year, folks. Who knows what could happen if that's the case. Clendenon, 14 runner with 1 out against the Flood arm. -1, he will not go coast to coast. He'll stay put at second. 2 on, 1 out for Jerry Grody. To the max. Let's take a look at Jerry. He only hit .252, but he makes his hits count, folks. 2-9 is triple 1-9 single, and that is a 2-run triple. And the Philly fans are starting to boo because that's what they do. 5-zip. They're going to bring the infield up with 1 out for Foy. Grounds a third, and with 2 outs, Wayne Garrett, pitcher. The young John Matlack presented with a 5-0 lead. Can he make this a win? This will go a long way into the Mets season. 58, Matlack flies left. Terry Harmon, 58, same thing. And Larry Boa, 54, lines to second base. We go to the 5th. Cleon Jones, 39. It's a walk. B. Steeler. Arm of Gibson is 0. Not going to steal. Cranepool. 2-4. Uh-oh. 1-6 double play. Maybe you should have stolen. Tommy A.G., 59, second. And we move to the bottom of the 5th. And let's pause a moment for station identification.
This is the Shrimp Trawler video channel.
Este es el canal de videos de camaroneros.
Okay. Russ Gibson. Just water tonight, folks. Russ Gibson, 35. Bouncer to third. Kurt Flood, 68 Ks with 2 outs. Tony Taylor, 64. Homer, 1-11. Double. That's a double. And with 2 outs, Lazinski, 2-5. Grounds to short. The very young John Matlack has skated away through 5 innings, not giving up a run. And it's 5-zip. Singleton, 2-7. Okay. Don Clendenon, 65. Center. And Harrelson, Buddy, bounces to first. Bottom of 6. Dick Allen, 55. Bouncer to short. 1-17. The only guy better than him is the other guy, Larry Boa. It's a 1-10. 2 best defensive shortstops in all of baseball this year. Which is good for the National League. That means that Boa or Harrelson will probably go to the All-Star game. Or Chris Spire. That's basically the best. This is the era where the shortstops did not hit very well. All right, Darren Johnson, 54, pops to second. Beauchamp, 37, is a K. 6 shutout innings. Unconventional for Matlack, but he gets it done. In the 7th, Barry Lurch against Grody, 55. Again, triple 1-7 double off the card of Barry Lurch. And no, folks, he has to settle for the double. Jerry Grody does not get 3 triples in one game. Has to settle for 2 triples and a double. My goodness. And actually, he was on the bench in games 1 and 2 as we fancied Pat Corrales, who's a better hitter, and his arm is almost as good. So Grody comes back with a vengeance here in game 3 with 8 bases, a run and 2 RBIs. All right, here's Joe Foy. 57 is a K. And you know what? I think they're going to pull him for defense just to give another edge to our friend Mr. Matlack. So he'll leave. Wayne Garrett, 38, is a walk. Cleon Jones, 2 on 1 out. 4-10, pops to short. And with 2 outs, it's Cranepool, 56. Double and a 4 is a single ... And that will score a run. Runners with the corners, 2 outs. Final batter here, Tommy A.G., 66. Single 1-2, line out to second base. So what we'll do is we'll also put defense in the outfield. Singleton will go to DH. Clendenon goes to first. Frank Johnson goes, yeah. Nice. Stretch time here in Philadelphia, 6-0 Mets. We have been listening to Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. Wake Up Everybody, featuring Teddy Pendergrass. Wonderful LP. Okay. Matlack. It'll be Terry Harmon leading off in the 7th. 67, single on a 14. Hits it for the 3rd time in the game. That's 3 times that thing has been rolled. Boa, 2-7, pops his 3rd. Russ Gibson, 58, skies at left. And with 2 outs, here comes the flood. Kurt, 68, is a K off the Matlack card. 7 shutout innings. All right, time to do something different for Philadelphia. He's a starter 8, but he's given up 6 runs. And yeah, it's been the kind of year for the Phillies here. Starting to get away from them. They could use a guy like Mike Schmidt on this team, and you get the idea. They clearly are not quite ready for prime time. Dick Selma comes in out of the Philly bullpen. Give the Phillies a lot of credit. They got a very good bullpen if they get into any close games. But anyway, in the 8th inning, Dick Selma against Kenny Singleton, leading it off. 47 is a K. Clem Denon, now playing first base. 111, bounce to short. And Buddy Harrelson, 49 left. We will have to let the triple drama go into the 9th inning as Grody's left on the on-deck circle. Okay, Matlack, 6 outs to go for CGSO and a commanding 3-0 Met lead in this series. Tony Taylor, 38, skies left. Lozinski, 2-9, bounce to short. And Dick Allen, 1-6. Let's take a look at Dick Allen's card. CGSO no more. My goodness, Mr. Allen. That's a lot of home runs. Solo shot here. It's 6-1. We'll see if Matlack can get through the inning with the big lead. Not going to let him lose, of course. Darren Johnson, 56, is a bouncer to second. This is our replacement. This is Bobby Heiss. Right? Yeah, 2E34 at second base. And he boots that ball. My goodness. Well, that puts a damper on things. Jim Beauchamp, 2-7 is a K. And the Mets get out of the 8th inning. Selma will give you another one. And here it is, folks. Jerry Grody. No triples on the pitcher's card, but 2-9 on his own will do it. 62, short X. That's Boa. You're not going to get on. You have to settle for a 3-for-4 and 3 extra base hits. Not bad at all. Tommy Heiss, now Bobby Heiss, and now in the top spot. 56 is a K. And Wayne Garrett, 2-5, bounce to 3rd. Bottom of the 9th, and I'm going to hook them, folks, just because I got a tremendous Met bullpen here that's rotting on the vine. When you have Seaver, Kuzman, and Matlack, the only time your bullpen gets to be used is when Don Cardwell pitches. So I'm going to hook Matlack. He put a lot of men on today, and let's get a look at some relief. In the 9th, we're going to go with Cy Acosta, signed out of, believe it or not, the Seattle organization through the White Sox organization in the expansion draft. Cy Acosta, probably the best Met reliever as a righty who gets righties out. They have Frisella as a righty gets lefties out. McGraw as a lefty gets righties out. And they got Bill Zepp, for what that's worth. So, here it is. Acosta in the 9th. It's not a safe situation. It's a 5-run lead. It'll be Harmon, Boa, and Gibson. You may as well get a lefty in here to bat and make it a good one. So Tim McCarver actually it's pretty well. Take a look at Tim here. He will lead off in the 9th inning. 38 pops to first base. Boa. 68 is a single 1-8, lines out on a 20. And with 2 outs, it's Russ Gibson. Or do you want to... Yeah, you are down 0-2. You need a miracle. So Johnny Callison. Let's take a look at John. John Callison, a lefty batter, will come in with 2 outs in the 9th inning. The pitch to John, 69, is a walk, and the inning continues. Curt Flood. Curt Flood, 2-9, pops to second base. And there it is. The Mets take a commanding lead in this series. 6-1 victory in Veterans Stadium. The Mets have had a very streaky year thus far. Opening series, 3-game sweep. Then they lost 4 out of 5 to Atlanta, and they're on the verge of another sweep of an opponent. So Acosta walked a guy. John Matlack having a great year. 7 hits, the solo homer, walked 1, struck out 6. Dick Selman relief for the Phillies, a couple strikeouts. Barry Lersch, tough break for Barry. 8 hits and 6 runs. Big 4th inning, everything was earned. 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. And there it is, 1009, 0109, 6817, 4626, 2646 is the box. Let's get the composite box going here and see where these teams are year to date. The Mets, they've gotten 2 division series, or the other division series is the Florida Marlins, so their schedule's not as difficult as other contenders in the National League. That bodes well for the Mets. So, year to date now, the Mets find themselves 7-4. They're hitting .270 with a .244 ERA. That's enough to win the division. I mean, .270, my goodness, yeah, you got to win the division with that lusty hitting. And the .244 ERA. And Mr. Matlack is 3-0, folks. 3-0, 23 innings from Mr. Matlack. 1 run, 17 hits, 4 walks, 18 strikeouts. Do you want to know what that ERA is? I know I do. 9 divided by 17. Yes. 53 cents, folks. Matlack is 0.53 ERA. Outperforming Mr. Seaver and Kuzman. Terrific Tom is floating around with a 4.50 ERA. Probably had a couple big innings in there somewhere. I might want to also mention, with that 4.50 ERA, Seaver has walked 3 men and given up 26 strikeouts. Has struck out 26. 3 walks and 26 strikeouts. Maybe that's too much control. And Kuzman, 7 runs in 25 innings. Now on to the Phillies, 4-8. The Phillies hitting a dismal .238 with a 5.16 ERA. And let's look at Carlton for a moment here. Steve Carlton. What are we doing here, Steve? You're 2-2 with a 3.44 ERA. That's just ordinary. And this team needs more than ordinary from Lefty. Year to date, we've played 189 baseball games. The league is hitting .260 with a 3.90 team ERA. If those numbers look a little bit higher than you've seen recently, you can thank the Mets for scoring 20 runs in Game 1. And that got us out from hitting in the 250s all the way up to .260, and it brought our ERA up to 3.90 from the 3.80s. So all that happened in one game. Thanks for checking out the video. We'll see you next time. Well, folks, the Mets did win the series in 5. The Phillies showed some pride in Game 4. In a battle of Jerry's, it was Jerry Johnson besting Jerry Kuzman, 7-3. And then, with the Mets really wanting to get a +3 in this series and not go back to Shea, Carlton and Seaver battled in Game 5. Final score, Mets 2, Phillies 1. The Mets scored 2 in the 8th, a single by Frank Johnson to break up a no-hitter by Carlton, a bunt single by Harrelson, a sac bunt, and a 2-run double by none other than Joe Foy gave them a 2-1 lead. And the Mets used 3 relief pitchers in the 9th inning to get the final out of the game. Larry Boa flying to left. 2-1 final. Mets win the series 4-1. It was a thrilling Game 5. Thanks for checking it out.